Every single note that you play on the guitar can be given a name. In fact, every single note on every single instrument, apart from what we call untuned percussion instruments, these are things like the drum kit, cymbals, bangy, shaky, rattly things. Every other instrument, the notes produced by those instruments can be given names. And that goes from the very lowest note that you could find on a cathedral organ, for example, right up to the very highest note that you can get on all sorts of instruments. All of these notes can be given names. So whether it's on the steel strung acoustic, the electric bass, the nylon strung acoustic, a semi-solid guitar here, trumpet, the human voice, when it's singing, not when it's speaking. When it's speaking, that's almost like the same as drums. That's quite very hard to identify a pitch. But when we're singing, we can actually give names to those notes. Clarinets, saxophones, violins, double basses, harmonicas, accordions, even ukuleles. The notes produced by all of these instruments can be given names. And the miraculous thing is that in spite of that wide variety of instruments, the wide variety of sounds, and the huge range of pitches from the very lowest up to the very highest, we can name all of those notes using just the first 7 letters of the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, with or without one of these 2 symbols here. So long before this symbol here was misappropriated and called hashtag in the digital age, it was the sharp symbol used by musicians. And this thing here that looks like a squashed B is the flat symbol. We will come to use these symbols as we will come to use all of the letter names in due course. But I think the best thing to do to start learning to use letter names is to learn the names of your open strings. So just to be clear about this, the first string, for example, we call this the first string, but its name, the name of the first string open, that note is called E. So we call the first string the E string. Now it doesn't mean that every note that you play on the first string is called E, because clearly that's the open string, but when I play it on the first fret, I've got a different note. And on the second fret, I've got a different note. And I've got a different note on the third fret. So the notes, the pitches are changing. And if the pitch is changing, then the name of the note is changing as well. But we name the string after the note it produces when it's open. So when we're not fretting it, so this note here, the first string is E, second string is B, third string is G, fourth is D, fifth is A, sixth is another E. Low E, high E, low E, high E. Someone came up with a sentence a long time ago. I don't know who it was. I didn't make up this sentence, but it's an easy way to remember the names of your strings. So it's this, from first to sixth string, it's Easter bunnies get drunk at Easter. Easter bunnies get drunk at Easter. E, B, G, D, A, E. So if you could learn that, then this video would have achieved at least one objective. And the other objective of this video is just for you to understand that we use the first 7 letters of the musical alphabet, we call it the musical alphabet then, with or without one of these 2 symbols here, and that with those 7 letters, with or without one of those 2 symbols, we can name every single note that gets produced.